Design Exchange. Beautiful frame pieces by a number of notable artists. And new ones pop in all the time. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. In Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Now these tend to fly off the shelves. But don't worry, because our connection supplies us with a lot of them. Vintage ceiling tiles from once great old buildings in New York City that make for ultra-unique artwork. These items are definitely hard to find from anywhere else around here. So come take a look, and you'll probably find a treasure. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. In Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
In 1964, we were making strides towards space travel.
Mary Poppins was the #1 movie in theaters.
And the Beatles were taking America by storm.
Which was long before I was born.
Facts. 1964 is also the year it all started for Richland's Tire and Service Centers. 60 years of continuous growth and more happy customers than you can shake a stick at.
Okay, the streamers are a bit overkill. It's just us in the studio.
All right. But it's important to know accomplishments like these aren't possible without a dedicated team. So hats off to them and our founder, my dad, Dick Mitchke, for understanding the importance of customer focus.
Facts. There's no 60 years of anything without you, the customer, which is why our focus will remain on you and only you for years to come.
Thank you from all of us here at Richland's Tire and Service Centers.
Richland's Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richland's.
Tonight, the Bulls are on the Bucks' naughty list.
He's rejected by Giannis again. He is not done yet. Gary Trent Jr. stepping into a three on the other side as he buries it.
Our coverage of the game in Chicago begins tonight at 6 with Bucks Shoot Around. We are your home for the Milwaukee Bucks. News Radio 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
10:02, we have cloudy skies, 35 degrees, a chance of a wintry mix today. It is going to stay cloudy with a high of 37, and a winter weather advisory begins at 2 p.m. this afternoon, lasts till 8 p.m. for Fond du Lac and Sheboygan counties. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Connie Weber. The House Ethics Committee has released the final report into sex and drug allegations against former Florida Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz. The panel found substantial evidence Gaetz had sex with a 17-year-old girl in 2017 and that he regularly paid women for sex while he was in Congress. Gaetz had sued to block the release of the report. He'd been President-elect Donald Trump's nominee for Attorney General. He resigned from Congress, then withdrew his nomination. Luigi Mangione appeared in a New York State courtroom this morning, entered a plea of not guilty to state murder and terror charges in the fatal shooting of United Healthcare's CEO Brian Thompson. His attorney, Karen Friedman Agnifilio, claims her client's rights are being violated by public statements against him.
I'm very concerned about my client's right to a fair trial in this case. He's being prejudiced by some statements that are being made by government officials.
The 26-year-old charged with 11 counts in the indictment, including first-degree murder in the furtherance of terrorism. Funeral services continue to honor the victims of the Abundant Life Christian school shooting in Madison. 42-year-old teacher Aaron West will be remembered today. The funeral for 14-year-old Ruby Vergara, the student killed in the shooting, was held Saturday. Governor Tony Evers ordering flags to continue flying at half-staff through sunset today. Slick and slippery roads, a possibility with the wintry mix heading into southeastern Wisconsin. Here's what concerns Storm Team 4 meteorologist Kristen Kirchain.
The surfaces where we're concerned because we still have cold road temperatures. We also still have a decent snowpack across much of the area, and that's going to help to keep things cold at the ground level.
As moisture falls on top of those cold surfaces, they can develop that glaze of ice. Icy conditions could affect your travel to Green Bay for tonight's Packers game. Your complete WTMJ 5-day forecast coming up in about 5 minutes. It may be condemned and demolished, but that's not stopping the tax bills from going to the people of the Horizon West condos in Waukesha. 49 condo owners say they're trapped paying taxes for a building that no longer exists. The building was evacuated and condemned in 2021 after a storm revealed structural issues within the building. It was eventually partially torn down in January of this year. Waukesha County tells our news partners at TMJ4 the only way the condo owners will be able to stop paying property taxes is if the building is foreclosed on, which would need to be first approved by county leaders. Some tough times for a well-known retailer focused on keeping us organized. Here's ABC's Dave Packer.
The Container Store has filed for bankruptcy as losses continue to pile up. Once a pioneer in storage solutions, the company's facing intense competition and a shaky housing market. Its troubles hit a new low when trading was suspended on the New York Stock Exchange. Container Store now working with lenders to inject fresh capital. The reorganized company will go private under ownership of its loan lenders.
Time for news about your money at the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The Dow is still down off 270 points this hour. NASDAQ up 56. S&P 500 is down 4. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:05.
This report sponsored by the White Lace Inn, Door County. Order your holiday gift certificates now.
Hi, Dennis from White Lace Inn here. Since 1982, Bonnie and I have been providing comfortable elegance, sincere hospitality, and romantic getaways at the White Lace Inn in beautiful Door County. The White Lace Inn, 18 incredible rooms and suites within 4 Victorian homes, each with a beautiful queen or king-size bed. Enjoy a romantic fireplace and the warmth of a whirlpool for two. White Lace Inn gift certificates. It's the perfect holiday gift, and it's so easy, you can do it right now from your computer. Go to whitelaceinn.com and take a tour of each room, then click on the gift certificate icon or give us a call. In a few days, you'll receive your gift certificate, which never expires, in the mail along with a brochure to put under the tree. A gift certificate for White Lace Inn. It's a wonderful idea. The White Lace Inn on the Door County Peninsula is open every night of the year. Check out our website now, whitelaceinn.com. The White Lace Inn in beautiful Door County.
Make holiday magic this year with something beautiful and timeless from Diamonds Direct. A stunning diamond pendant, a pair of classic diamond stud earrings, something new and eye-catching from a world-class designer. Or maybe you're looking for that perfect gemstone piece or a fabulous timepiece. At Diamonds Direct, we have hundreds of styles that are ready to be wrapped and put under the tree. No need to wait for shipping. Come and let our experts help you pick out that headliner gift. Or for some fabulous ideas before you head to the store, see the online seasonal gift guide now at diamondsdirect.com. You can even chat now with a virtual assistant for the ultimate convenience. Whether you connect online or in person, you're guaranteed to get the extraordinary value, ironclad warranties, and white glove service Diamonds Direct is known for. And to help make your purchase even more affordable, we've got special financing so you can spread out your payments. Get directions, details, special showroom hours, and our holiday gift guide now at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. Playoffs in sight for the Packers, who host the New Orleans Saints tonight at Lambeau, ready to ride the shoulders of their hottest player.
Packers running back Josh Jacobs has 8 touchdowns in his last 4 games. In Sunday night's win over the Seahawks, Jacobs logged 30 touches.
I feel great. I don't have no bruises, no nothing right now, so I feel great.
At a time some running backs are limping to the finish line, Jacobs appears to be getting stronger.
One thing about playing this long, like you kind of know angles and things like that. So like even if I do get tackled, like I'm falling a certain type of way, I might use, their force against them.
Jacobs enters tonight's game against the Saints with 1,147 yards rushing this season. Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
Coverage of tonight's game begins with Green Bay game day at 4 o'clock, and the Bucs have one more game before the holiday break. They tip off against the Bulls tonight from Chicago. Taking a look at the roads now with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. We had a crash. It was off-ride Highway 83 north at I-94 west. That has been cleared.
Traffic is sponsored by Hall Volkswagen. Visit hallvw.com.
Help fellow commuters. Report accidents and slowdowns to the Hall Volkswagen Traffic Tip Line. 414-238-9329. Visit Hall Volkswagen during Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event.
Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. If you're headed to the game, beware. Winter weather advisory begins at 2 o'clock, lasts till 8 for Fond du Lac and Sheboygan counties. Chance of a wintry mix, cloudy today at the high of 37 in Milwaukee. Overnight low tonight, 31. Cloudy and 36 Christmas Eve. Mostly cloudy with isolated drizzle on Wednesday, Christmas Day, high 38. Slight chance of rain on Thursday, 43, and a chance of rain on Friday, 47. Madison, 34. 34 in Green Bay, 37 in Milwaukee. I'm Connie Weber. Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:09.
We like to do things by the numbers. We're all about commerce and community. Welcome to the Upswing, presented by Horicon Bank, the natural choice for all your banking needs. Now for the host that's always on the upswing, Jeff Sherman.
Now, to business, gentlemen.
Good morning, Wisconsin. Good morning, Milwaukee. Happy Monday. Always look forward to Monday. Starting the week with Dave Spano, CEO at Annex Wealth Management. We're going to do that in a bit. We'll look at the Fed's seemingly a little bit more careful approach to the economy. We'll see where consumer sentiment is. We'll look back on some of the biggest business stories of the year. And as you do this time of the year, you always have to look ahead. So we're going to look at a couple predictions for the new year in the business world with Dave. Then it's marketing and more. Corey Ampey from Campy & Company will join for the second half of the show. Corey's the founder and chief marketing officer at Campy & Company. She's a leader in brand strategy and digital marketing, been in the marketing business for more than 25 years. We're going to look at the economics of shopping local, look ahead, and predict some of our trends in advertising and marketing for 2025. We'll look back a bit too, but we're going to have this show as a forward-looking, what's going to happen in 2025. I know what's going to happen next. We're going to go to Up.
Now it's time for the Two Up on the Upswing.
Have you been to the MAC in downtown Milwaukee, the Milwaukee Athletic Club? Well, the PAC, the Packers Athletic Club, is coming to Green Bay. A pretty good time of the year to talk about fitness, right? Year end, new you, new year, getting back in shape. The Green Bay Packers are adding an athletic club to a new building in the Titletown district this spring. A Milwaukee architecture and engineering company that designed the building is also moving an office into that same building. The PAC, the Packers Athletic Club, will be a members-only fitness club. It will be geared towards active community members seeking a one-of-a-kind fitness experience. The Packers Athletic Club is going to be housed in the Titletown's newest building. It's just east of the U.S. Venture Center, adjacent to Titletown's football field, with the PAC accompanying the building's first floor and the southern half of the second floor. And then EUA, Epstein Ewing Architects, a Milwaukee-based firm, is going to relocate its Green Bay office from De Pere to Titletown. So look for the PAC opening this spring near Lambeau. Also, Titletown Daily Grind and Bel Air Cantina, which was announced in November of 2023. They will open their new location in Green Bay this January. Second up tonight, the Packers' first Monday night football game of the year. They'll play games, of course, then on Friday, Sunday, Thursday, and now Monday. Looking at tickets a little bit, you can get tickets section 119. That's right about the 50-yard line. Verified resale on Ticketmaster. Row 39, seats 11 through 12. $251 plus all the fees. The cheapest seat I could find this morning, $132. That's section 742S, row 18, kind of in the corner at Lambeau, which, by the way, I did all the math and I went through the whole buying process for you this morning. These come with $28.61 in tax and fees each. So you buy 2 tickets, face $132. Your total is $264 plus the fees, so you're looking at $321.22 to get you in. And then obviously you got to buy parking, but you know, there's so much free parking on the streets near Lambeau. Take advantage of that. Looking ahead a bit, the Packers play the Vikings at US Bank Stadium on the 29th. Upper Deck for that game, all more than $367. The lower level seats, all pushing at least $600. 50-yard line seats, couldn't find anything under $1,000. No matter what, Packers game day starts at 4 o'clock here. Go Pack Go. Coming up next, Dave Spano, CEO of Annex Wealth Management.
Hey, it's officially tailgating season, and Tailgate Tuesday is back. Join me, John Merkier.
And me, Julia Fellow, on Wisconsin's Afternoon News every Tuesday in the 4 p.m. hour for a chance to win a $150 gift card from our friends at Vienna Beef.
And be sure to catch Green and Gold Insiders every Tuesday on Wisconsin's Afternoon News for all you need to know about the Green and Gold. It's Tailgate Tuesdays.
It's Tailgate Tuesdays, and it's only here on WTMJ.
Accunet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
Patrick and Monica initially chose a bank to get pre-approved and provide financing for the purchase of their first home. But they were getting a bad feeling when a week after their offer was accepted, the bank still hadn't locked in their rate, nor had the appraisal been ordered. Monica shared her concerns with a friend who happened to be a multi-time Accunet client. That led to Monica connecting with one of our senior loan consultants the same day, and after gathering some information and reviewing options, we locked in their rate right then and there with loan costs $3,600 lower than what the bank had quoted. The appraisal was ordered right away too, and the loan closed on time just 3 weeks later. We also noticed an oversight in the contract that led to a $3,000 credit from the seller. You can get a generic pre-approval and average or worse service from a bank, or you can get the kind of fast service, advice, attention to detail, and savings that made Monica and Patrick Accunet's latest raving fans. All you got to do to get started is click on the blue button at Accunet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
The holiday season is a magical time of year to visit Lake Geneva. Embark on an enchanting Santa cruise on the lake. Take in a parade of trees and marvel at the world's tallest glass tree, built before your very eyes. Enjoy holiday shopping in a historic downtown. Chill out with festive food and libations in an igloo under the stars. Or find adventure on a zipline, ski hill, or snow-covered nature trail. Make Lake Geneva your place for holiday fun this year. Check out visitlakegeneva.com today for all the festive details.
The work week is here. Let's begin with your Monday market preview with Jeff Sherman and Dave Spano.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman, joined on the phone by Dave Spano, CEO at Annex Wealth Management. Dave, the big screens in the studio here are down this morning, so I don't have the market news in front of me, so I'm grateful that you're on the phone this morning.
Well, we're in the studio here today, so we're glad that we're connecting with you. Merry Christmas.
Yes.
And Happy Hanukkah, and all these great things are going on today.
Indeed, yes, thank you. So it seems like the Fed is being a bit more careful in its approach than originally anticipated, lowering interest rates last Wednesday by an additional 0.25%, but kind of pulling back on what may happen next year. What's your analysis here?
Well, I think there's a lot that goes into that. Is the Fed guessing at what they're really doing? That's not what their modus operandi is. I mean, they look at facts and circumstances. And there was a lot of discussion last week that they are anticipating changes in fiscal policy and tariffs and so on and so forth. But I'm not sure that that's true. I still believe they're looking at the economic data, and the economic data is driving their decision-making process. And so I'm of the ilk that they looked at the data. It looks like it's headed in the right direction. They're committed and generally pretty transparent about what they're going to do. Mm-hmm. So that quarter rate point cut that we saw on Wednesday was highly anticipated. What will they do in 2025? I mean, they do jawbone a lot, as the economic term goes. Mm-hmm. Will they talk it down? We'll see. But right now, I think they're looking at the economic data, and we'll see what 2025 brings, because it will be a different circumstances than what we had last year.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fed Chair Powell said, though inflation had recently been moving sideways, he said he still sees it broadly on track and coming down slowly over the next year or two. What do you see in terms of, we're all kind of getting our last minute shopping today and tomorrow. Where's consumer sentiment as we head into the final days of holiday shopping?
Well, it's funny, Jeff. You look at it, and there's surveys that we get, and we look at the studies, and it really depends on how you voted. Really, it's crazy. So if you voted for Trump, you're very optimistic about what's happening. If you voted not for Trump, I mean, you have a lot of skepticism on what you think is going to happen, and it's divided directly down political lines.
That's no surprise, but that's the way it is. There's
Right.
optimism, there's sentiment, and
But it shouldn't be that way, right?
It really
Because
shouldn't be. No, we should look at
because
the real
economic
numbers,
data's-
right?
Right.
Yes.
Let's look at the reports that we're getting and take a look at it.
Yeah, and if you look, the University of Michigan's index on consumer sentiment for the end of December surged to 74, up from 71.8 in November. So, yeah, I mean, you sometimes just have to look at the data, and that's how we should look and feel.
No question.
But, right. Well, I want to look back a little bit on some of your top business stories for 2024. I have a few that I've pulled as well, but as we head into a new year, maybe the next minute or two, let's look at Dave Spano's top business stories for 2024.
Well, you think about business stories like Boeing and the scandal, the door popping off and all,
Yeah.
But the real story is exactly what we're talking about, is the economic outlook. The economic outlook, the inflation, inflation was down. There was no, we did not have a recession.
Mm-hmm.
Rates are higher for longer. And 60% of America is hurting, right? 40% is driving most of the spending. So the economic outlook, as you pointed out, how did you vote? That's how you're looking at these things. And so that, for me, without a doubt, is the number one story. But you can't get away from it. Led into the second biggest story, which was the election. I mean, thank God there's no more text messages and,
Yeah.
all of the commercials and the talking heads freaking out. All of that has stopped. But it has led to the election story and what is going to happen. Will there be policy changes? What does Doge look like? All of these things. And then lastly, the stock market highs and the AI boom. Those two things, I mean, these stories that we're talking about right now, that's what I talked about this entire year. So the AI boom, NVIDIA, what's going to happen out of that, and the stock market highs. This is the strongest 2-year performance since 1998. So all of these stories together are intertwined.
Yeah, I love that macro approach to looking back. I mean, just on a little bit more micro local level quickly. My top three, Fiserv, a Fortune 500 company moving to and its office opening in downtown Milwaukee in March, a huge impact. And I think even more so that the reality is that the next CEO could be based here. So that's interesting to look at. I think another number two for me would be the RNC's kind of boom and bust in downtown Milwaukee. Obviously, huge impact on many ways, but for other businesses, maybe not exactly what they expected. And then number three, I think, is the healthcare system transformations in the area. Freighter, Synthesia Care, Children's, Ascension. So much happening in the health space that had impacts on us personally, but also obviously business-wise.
In the tie-in, of course, to what happened in New York with the United Healthcare executive, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you saw all of the crazy feelings that came out from that. So the healthcare renovation and transformation is really top story in a lot of people's minds.
Very good. When we come back, more with Dave Spano from Annex Wealth Management. Dave and I will look forward to 2025 and give you 3 predictions for the new year ahead. This is The Upswing, and you're listening to WTMJ.
It's time to take this tour on the road.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
And while we are playing the hits...
Are you the police? No, ma'am. We're musicians.
It's been known to give our brothers down south a case of the blues. The Bucks trek down to Chicago to take on the Bulls. Our Bucks Radio Game Day coverage starts tonight at 6:30. We are the home of the Bucks. WTMJ.
Founded by inventors, fueled by community, and focused on business. This is WTMJ's Jeff Sherman speaking on behalf of my good friends at Horicon Bank. Horicon Bank, they've been doing banking differently since 1896. How? Your financing requests, they can be approved in days. You don't have to wait weeks because your banker understands you and your business. Service and products go hand in hand, providing top-notch products to meet your cash flow needs. Horicon Bank, they get the job done. Together, doing good, that's their vision, and they're committed to doing what it takes to help your business grow. Horicon Bank, truly the natural choice. Member FDIC.
Adrian was seriously injured when a careless driver merged into her lane.
Gruber was there for everything that I needed. Any questions that I had, Gruber was there. They made me feel like everything about my situation and my accident was very important to them, and that made me feel good. And I would definitely call Gruber again for that.
Serving Wisconsin for over 35 years, Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all.
They go above and beyond for their clients.
You're right, and I'll agree. It does sound too good to be true, but offering you affordable treatment that alleviates pain, which really does work, that we've seen in most cases insurance paid for in full, is a definite reality. It's pain relief, really. And these are FDA-approved treatments. They're safe and proven to reduce inflammation and alleviate pain. Yeah, you'll have to get a couple of shots, and I know that can scare people. But the needle is extremely small. And after giving shots like this hundreds of thousands of times, you'll see we make it very easy. You're going to feel the relief that our powerful pain relief agents give you. They're pain relief drugs that solve pain problems. And the way I feel is that Rejuvenex should be the first stop for anyone living with pain in shoulders, hips, elbows, and knees. At $65 per joint per injection, it's probably the most affordable pain relief option available that actually works. Rejuvenex Google reviews will tell you more.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here for Tri-County Contracting. You want to know the price of a new roof on your home today? Well, it's easy. Just go to TriCountyContractingWI.com, click on the Instant Roof Quote button, put in your address and email, click the Show My Roof Price, and there you go. Zero wait time. There's your quote. You shop online for everything else. Who says you can't shop online for a new roof? Tri-County Contracting at WI.com. It's worry-free roofing, siding, and windows. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman, joined by Dave Spano, CEO at Annex Wealth Management. Always appreciate your time on Mondays, Dave. So did you see the Container Store filed for bankruptcy this morning?
Yeah, it's crazy stories coming out already. And, you know, I just know in your kitchen you have lots of containers. So I mean, you did your part, right?
Yeah, we did our part to keep them in business for sure. And this is that time of the year that you need stores like that. But, you know, I think it's easy to, when you look at predictions for next year, like continued, just some challenges in the retail space, maybe some mergers, acquisitions, and just a continued, the retail world is changing.
Nissan, right? You see that Nissan and Honda talking about trying to get together to try to combat Toyota. So I do agree that M&A is going to kick up, and that'll be a big story for 2025.
Yes. All right. Other predictions on your end?
All right, I got my Karnak on my forehead at the moment.
Let's go.
The Fed will pause in 2025. Is that really going on a limb? No, but that's a good story. Number two, market performance will be positive, but it won't be what we've had over the last 2 years. It'll be positive, just a little bit more tepid, just because of the uncertainty that's going to happen, tied to story number three, the tariffs. Tariffs are real. He's going to implement them. How he's going to do that, how he's going to use that are all part of the story. I think AI will kick in, and it'll be it'll finally kick in, and people will start using it. And lastly is the geopolitical issues, right? So we're going to see something, I think, out of Israel, some type of conflict resolution, hopefully. Obviously, Russia, it seems that they're hopefully Russia-Ukraine will come to an end. You think about Taiwan, the Taiwan Straits. And, of course, there could be these other geopolitical issues like our new states, like Greenland, and I'm reading here this morning, Panama. So,
yes.
You know, a lot of geopolitical things going on.
Yeah, without a doubt. So, those are great. I mean, three on my mind this morning. I think, again, to the mergers and acquisitions, I think you're going to see something possibly with Kohl's or Target. Not maybe an acquisition, but some type of kind of out of the box.
Well, I hope so.
Development,
Kohl's,
right?
We look at Kohl's stock, and just down to wherever it is, 15 this morning. You'll remember they had an offer in the 60s not that long ago. So we'd like to see something happen.
Yeah, it's such a proud local company. Even looking, there's opportunities I think in the retail space. I mean, they in the real estate space. They own so much real estate at all their stores that maybe there's there's a development there. I think cybersecurity jobs and tech continues to grow in the market. To your point, Dave, with AI, I mean, the cybersecurity sector in Milwaukee has always been strong, but the job growth there, and we're a bit above the national average when it comes to salary here. So I think that's something to keep an eye on. And then city and county collaborations. Both city and county have their own challenges. But we need to finance a new criminal courthouse. There's ongoing gaps with transit.
Collaboration with the state as well.
Exactly, yeah. And maybe it's time, maybe there's a big private sector partner out there that is going to dive in to do something big. I don't know. Maybe that's a bit of an aspirational pick, but I think that's an opportunity on the prediction side for next year. All right, I want to get your favorite holiday movie and tradition in the Spano family as we close out our last segment for this year.
Well, you talked about perhaps a movie, right?
Yes.
So, I think it goes back and forth. It's a Wonderful Life. And the reason why I like it, because I've quoted that forever. And you remember when the bank was getting a run on it, as you're thinking about this all wrong, it's the money is not here in the safe. It's in Joe's house, and which is right next to your house and the Kennedy house. Remember that scene?
Yeah.
And then lastly, it still makes me laugh in Elf. And, the two great lines. You sit on the throne of lies. And number 2, which I use a lot, he's an angry elf.
Oh, yes. I love it. Merry Christmas, Dave. ABC News is coming up next.
ABC News, I'm Sherry. Preston, former Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz had sued to try to prevent the House Ethics Committee from releasing their report into his conduct. The committee released it anyway this morning. It shows Gaetz regularly paying for sex, using illegal drugs, and having sexual relations with a girl who was a junior in high school. The report says Gaetz violated state sexual misconduct and violated House rules. The accused CEO killer, Luigi Mangione, in a New York courtroom today.
Luigi Mangione's plea in a New York State courtroom Monday to murder and terrorism charges was the same as it was in federal court last week.
Not guilty.
He's being charged in both cases with allegedly killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson earlier this month. Outside the courthouse, a group of supporters of the suspect, one declaring free Luigi, another comparing Mangione with Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King Jr., Gandhi, and Jesus Christ. Dave Packer, ABC News, New York.
Nobody matched Friday, so now $944 million up for grab in Mega Millions. This is ABC News.
Citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 10:31. I'm Connie Weber. A man from Madison arrested after a high-speed chase with police. A Dodge County deputy found a car without the proper registration just after 8:30 a.m. Sunday in Beaver Dam. Car sped off onto Highway 151, speeds over 100 miles an hour. A Columbus police officer used a tire deflation device, forcing the car to stop near 151 and County Highway V. 31-year-old Isaiah Usher was arrested. 51-year-old man accused of harassing the sheriff's office in Vernon County, allegedly calling several days in a row, showing up in person to the communications center during the recent snowstorm, which disrupted operations. Jacob Sell of Lafarge, arrested December 19th. He's out on bond, due back in court January 8th. Reminders from Milwaukee City Services over the Christmas holiday. No garbage or recycling pickup or drop-off Tuesday, December 24th and Wednesday, the 25th. Collection days will shift forward for each city holiday. There also won't be overnight parking enforcement Tuesday night into Wednesday morning or parking meter enforcement Wednesday. Vehicles must be legally parked, however. Night parking enforcement resumes Thursday night into Friday morning. Time for some news about your money. In the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update, the Dow is still down 208 points this hour, 42,632. NASDAQ up 62, 19,634. S&P 500 down just a point, 5,929. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Take a look at the roads now with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver traffic. It is pretty quiet out there. Just a few vehicles that are disabled, but nothing blocking any lanes. Right now, the right shoulder blocked due to a disabled vehicle. This is going to be at I-41 South at Ryan Road. Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. A winter weather advisory from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. for Fond du Lac and Sheboygan counties. There is a chance for a wintry mix in Milwaukee. Cloudy today with a high 37 and an overnight low of 31. Mostly cloudy and 36 on Christmas Eve. Mostly cloudy with isolated drizzle on Wednesday, Christmas Day, and a high of 38. Slight chance of rain on Thursday, 43, and a chance of rain on Friday, cloudy with a high of 47. 34 in Madison and Green Bay and 37 in Milwaukee. I'm Connie Weber, citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 10:33.
Hi, I'm Tony Drake. Are you sure you're getting the most out of Social Security benefits? At Drake & Associates, we know that maximizing your Social Security is critical for a secure retirement. With the right strategy, you can potentially increase your lifetime benefits and secure a better future. But navigating the rules and timing can be complex. Don't leave your benefits to chance. Text SS to 414-409-9982 today to schedule a complimentary consultation and receive a free retirement ready toolkit. That's SS to 414-409-9982. Drake & Associates. Plan smart, retire happy.
Drake & Associates is an independent investment advisory firm that offers different investment vehicles. All insurance products are backed by the issuing insurance company. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week on the pod, Marcus and Chris are joined by Bucks broadcast legend Jim Paschke. Find Here District now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. My training helps me at work when I lead by example. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
I'll be home for Christmas. You can plan on.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. We all know that Wisconsin winters can pose a challenge to driving. Looks like the roads are pretty good out there right now, but maybe later you're driving to Lambeau or getting to where you need to be. Might be a little bit more dicey. So for the rest of the season, we know it's going to get colder. There's going to be snow. There's going to be ice. But don't worry. We all know how to drive in this stuff, right?
Do we, though? We've all seen it, especially in the beginning of the season. Spin-outs, fishtails, and spinning tires. Wisconsinites are pretty proud of being able to drive in sloppy weather, but from what I see, anecdotally at least, that is not the case.
Some of the things that probably irk me a little bit is people just being a little selfish in the wintertime and not really thinking about others or all of the various safety workers that are out there on the roads.
Road America winter driving instructor John Everett says it's hard to switch gears, especially with such a long, warm autumn.
It does take a little bit of a transition from the summer months and the fall months into the winter months, and we encourage people to be aware of that and also drive a little bit more carefully if there's different road conditions, unless it's entirely dry.
It's hard not to rely on some of the new bells and whistles on our cars.
You know, four-wheel drive and all-wheel drive, even traction control in vehicles, creates a overconfidence with drivers, and in reality, four-wheel drive is used for off-road driving, not necessarily snow and ice. It helps you get out of, sticky situations when you're off the beaten path, but it doesn't allow you any more traction when you're on the roadway. Same as with all-wheel drive vehicles, you do have a few more wheels turning, but if one wheel loses control, it actually slows the spinning of that wheel and increases the spinning of the other wheels, so you can lose control just as easily.
Just remember, four-wheel drive means just that. It doesn't necessarily mean four-wheel stop. And that's the kicker, isn't it? It's almost more important to know how to stop in this weather than to maneuver, and also recognize what to do when you lose control.
Ease off the gas. Don't slam on the brakes, because most cars have ABS brakes, and ABS brakes essentially pump the brakes quickly so that way the brakes don't lock up. Try to keep the steering wheel as straight as possible. Don't overcorrect, and hopefully the vehicle will right itself, and you'll be able to get out of that skid and get into a little bit more control easily.
But even before getting behind the wheel, there are a few steps you want to take to make sure you're ready to hit the road no matter what the conditions are. The DOT's freeway operations engineer, Elizabeth Schneider, has her top 5 suggestions you can follow.
Well,
Before you head out on the road, just make sure your vehicle's ready, right? Your tires are properly inflated. But also, if you've been parked outside, clear the snow from your windows, even your lights, your headlights, your taillights. Know before you go, use 511. You can check 511 before you hit the road. Pack an emergency kit. Give yourself a lot of space to brake. I'd say number 5, if it's not really safe to drive, maybe prioritize your travel. Stay home if you can. Only travel when necessary if it's really hazardous.
And then speaking with Captain Bradley O'Kane with the State Patrol, well, he suggests...
Living in Wisconsin, I think everyone's aware that whenever we have snow, ice, rain this time of year, that road conditions can quickly deteriorate. When they are experiencing those kind of conditions, the first and probably the most important thing that they can do is to reduce their speed. And with that, their following distance.
Are you catching the reoccurring theme here? It comes down to staying in control. Keep your speeds down on the worst of conditions, extend your braking distance, and packing some patience whenever you get behind the wheel would be a good idea. Debbie Loziga, WTMJ News.
Thank you, Debbie. Stay safe on the roads today. We are joined by Corey Ampey. Corey is president, founder of Campy & Company, local marketing consultant, expert, been in the business for over 25 years. Corey, I appreciate your time this morning.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, so Debbie Loziga's dad was a deacon at your church?
Yeah, the church I grew up at.
Right. Small Walkie,
yeah,
that is what it's all
pride.
About. Indeed. So I really appreciated your client card that you sent out. You had discounts to local retailers. Talk a little bit about how important it is to support local business, especially this time of the year.
Yeah, I just, first of all, it's a personal thing. I absolutely am in love with the business community in Milwaukee. So that kind of drove the inspiration. But I don't know, I shop big box stores just like everybody else. I am an Amazon Prime member and I love the mall. I'm a Gen Xer. Malls are awesome. However, small businesses just have something special that the big national chains can't replicate. It's just so personal and so much a part of our community. So it's important to get a good mix in there. Yeah. And don't just, forego what's local for the sake of convenience.
Very good. Corey Ampey of Campy & Company joins us. When we come back, Corey and I are going to go over some of the biggest stories from this past year in marketing advertising. We're also going to look ahead to the future of advertising and much, much more on a hyper-local level. This is The Upswing, and you're listening to WTMJ.
We've saved our clients over $19 million in real estate commission. I say this because that's a pretty big number. But at Century 21 Benefit Realty, it's really not about being a top volume agency. Over here, it's more about you. And at 1.9% commission and no more than $19,000 commission, for the listing side of your sale, no matter what size property you're selling, you will save substantially. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated. First off, our 1.9% commission structure helps get their foot in the door, and that's why agents like working here. But what they really like is having the strongest marketing tools available, with the resources to help them sell homes at the highest prices to satisfy their clients. Century 21 Benefit Realty offers what agents like most, and that's to help them be successful. If you really want to believe in the business model that you're representing, give me a call. I'm Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty. Call me, and let's talk about your future. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Struggling with high cloud hosting costs and endless management headaches with your Microsoft Azure or AWS environment? Contact AmericanEagle.com for assessment and see how they can save you time and money.
Get your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval to buy at ACCUNET.com.
Last month's results are in. The numbers don't lie. It was a doozy. Are you happy with the outcome? Well, if you're dissatisfied with the final tally, you have the freedom and the power to change it next time around. By the way, I'm referring to soaring utility bills. What did you think I was talking about? This time of the year, energy bills are predictably unpredictable. Surprise, sky-high charges can catch you completely off guard. So don't let it happen again. Get out there and do something about it. Replace your aging, overworked heating and air unit with a brand new, fully warranted, highly efficient comfort system from Mr. Holland's Home Services. Right now, Mr. Holland's Crackerjack team is ready to install your new energy-saving system for as low as $79 a month with approved credit. Call Mr. Holland's Home Services, 866-992-1717, or visit MrHollandsHomeservices.com. Ready for the numbers to go your way? We can help.
America's Best installer of America's Best replacement windows does not have the word windows in their name. Their name is Siding. Siding Unlimited. Hey, the Sons took Dad's siding business and ran with it. Siding Unlimited, the family-owned Wisconsin company, keeps climbing to the top of Pella Windows of Pella, Iowa's awards. Siding Unlimited, one of only 5 Pella Premier installers in the whole country. But better than that, the top. For 4 of the past 5 years, Pella has honored Siding Unlimited as their National Certified Contractor of the Year. You want windows? Pay Wisconsin prices with this great local company, delivering National Championship Award-winning service. Great craftsmanship, clean up behind, and leave the job better than before and better than expected. You know, the company with Wisconsin family values. Pride in integrity, pride in people, pride in Wisconsin. SidingUnlimited.com.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. Always good to look back a little bit this time of the year, but always look forward as well. Corey Ampey is from Campy & Company. Corey is the founder and chief marketing officer. A brilliant mind in the marketing and advertising space locally here. Corey, I appreciate your time. So as you look back on the year a little bit, what were some of the biggest trends and even a couple of the campaigns that really stood out?
Yeah, I mean, so I'm a big nerd and love search engine marketing. AI is really disrupting that space. I'm hoping for the best.
Yes.
We're still kind of waiting to see what's going to happen, but I definitely have friends that work in my field who are actively working to train the LLMs to make sure that brands show up in, results that are AI driven.
Yeah.
So, we're kind of waiting to see how we can work with that as a new technology. It's just going to keep growing and evolving. So we have to keep in touch with that. So that's, for me and what I do, probably the biggest shift in 2024.
Yeah, staying on top of technology and just continuing to learn the AI tools that are at our disposal and how they become even more useful on the client side.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a big proponent of crafting consumer journeys and personas. You can now just build your own GPT that is a tool that can standardize that work, and it just makes things more consistent and easier to use, frankly, for the clients and the brands that you're serving. So it can be really positive. I know some people have some apprehensions, and that's valid, but there's positives to it too.
Yeah, and I think you look at some of the other trends for the year. I mean, short form video just continues to dominate in the marketing space. Every brand, large or small, is using TikTok, Reels, YouTube Shorts, and that's just a huge investment. Are you seeing that with your clients as well?
100%. What I am seeing evolve really is that movement from very scrappy DIY that we're all used to seeing, and people are starting to shift back to a higher quality production level, which I think is a good thing. Not every brand is best reflected by somebody just whipping out an iPhone and shooting something under terrible lighting without a script or any strategy or that it just doesn't do anything. You might as well not even bother.
Sometimes it takes a lot of effort and big budget to make authenticity happen, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. A really good example of that is BVK here in Milwaukee. Last year, they won the Best of Show at the 99, which is the United Ad Workers advertising show. They did this phenomenal campaign for Wyoming State Tourism. It was a co-project branded with Ford, where they took these explorers and had them traveling and meeting all these challenges like rock climbing and traversing tough terrain in Ford Explorers all over the place. Those were all real people doing real things.
Yeah.
But the quality of the video and the production was just over the top gorgeous because it has to make Wyoming look good.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the GoPro campaign from this year. GoPro did this like hashtag GoPro Hero, where they encourage users to share all of their adventures. They captured it with GoPros.
Absolutely.
And it got 50 million posts or 50 million impressions on Instagram alone. But yes, they were authentic and real, but then there's some fine-tuning to make sure it looks beautiful and gorgeous so we all engage with it.
Right. It has to meet your brand standards. And like I said, sometimes it totally makes sense for that kind of scrappy look, but not always. So you have to be mindful of, what business you're in and what kind of trust you need to instill in your audiences.
What are you seeing from interactive and shoppable ads with clients? Is that, I think that trend kind of is emerging each and every year. Like, you can see content, but then you can find an ad adjacent to it and buy now.
Yeah, that works really well. As long as the ad's done well and it's targeted appropriately. You don't want to completely bombard somebody. You also want to make sure that where the shopper, the consumer is at with the product in their cart. If it's an abandoned cart versus something you've already purchased, don't bombard them with ads for something they've already purchased. You have to be respectful of your audiences. Also, there are tools out there that will just auto-generate an ad for you. It'll just grab a photo, grab a line, and it just kind of does it for you and optimizes the whole thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't really work super well because there's just no nuance. There's no personality. There's no respect for the brand. And what happens is we end up with all these ads that are the sea of sameness, and they don't break through.
To your point, AI and hyper-personalization, that's where marketing is all going. When we come back, we'll look at some of the predictions for 2025 with marketing and advertising, especially here on the local level. This is The Upswing. You're listening to WTMJ.
When we're out in your town, come say hi to us as we broadcast live from the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin mobile studio.
Anytime you hear us when we're out on the road, you can find us live from our brand new mobile studio.
Whether it be Summerfest, EAA, Opening Day, Air and Water Show,
wherever we may be, you can see us on the radio, live from the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin mobile studio.
We are Wisconsin's radio station.
Wisconsin's radio station.
We are Wisconsin's radio station.
We are Wisconsin's radio station.
WTMJ.
When it comes to community involvement, Horicon Bank walks the walk. They're actively involved in nonprofit organizations like WIBIC, the Milwaukee Parks Foundation, and the Milwaukee Artist Resource Network. This holiday season, Horicon Bank team will be spreading goodwill, like their annual toy drive benefiting the Education Foundation of New Berlin. WTMJ's Jeff Sherman here for Horicon Bank. They've been doing banking differently since 1896. Together, doing good, that's their vision. Horicon Bank, the natural choice. Member FDIC.
Just like most cars and trucks can't run without oil, no person can function without food. That's why through March 1st, the Auto Dealers of Metro Milwaukee is contributing $1 from every oil change to Feeding America, Eastern Wisconsin. Every dollar provides 3 healthy meals. Over the past 14 years, Adam has provided more than 2.6 million meals to people in southeast Wisconsin. And now the need is greater than ever. Find a participating Adam dealer near you at adamm.com.
Gift cards from the historic Fox and Hounds restaurant make perfect holiday gifts because everybody loves a great dinner. Buy a $100 gift card to get a $20 gift card free. Order online at foxandhoundsrestaurant.com. Great stocking stuffers. Happy holidays from the famous Fox and Hounds.
Welcome back to Ask Hasselus. I'm Weston. What's your question?
When you say Hasselus Mattress is employee-free, you don't really mean it, right?
Of course we mean it. At Hasselus, give the mattresses a try with no pushy sales guy.
Why no employees?
To save you money.
How much money?
Well, others sell a Beauty Sleep by Beauty Rest Elm Cove B Queen mattress for $16.50, but the everyday Hasselus price is just $8.42. We have way low pricing on Serta Perfect Sleeper and Sealy Posturepedic, too.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Plus, through Monday, purchase a select Beauty Rest, Sealy Posturepedic, or Serta Perfect Sleeper in any size, and Hasselus will give you a free adjustable base.
That's even better.
Free next day delivery, free removal and setup of your new mattress, and free financing is available too.
And this is all because your showrooms are employee-free?
Yes, sir.
I like the way you do business.
Open 9 to 9. Get all the details and find an employee-free showroom near you at Hasselus.com. Hasselus, employee-free since 2014.
This holiday season, the Salvation Army needs your help. Bell ringers are working hard, and our service depends on generous donations like yours. Every dollar donated helps us provide meals, shelter, and emergency support to families in crisis, not just at Christmas, but all year long. From immediate need to long-term care, your donation can create lasting change in our communities. Join us in making a difference. Volunteer as a bell ringer or donate today. Visit salvationarmywi.org to learn how you can help.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman, joined by Corey Ampey. We're looking at marketing and advertising for the past year, but now let's look forward a little bit, Corey. What are you seeing? Give us the big, bold predictions from your marketing lens for 2025.
Yeah, I think brands that are going to succeed are the ones who are not just adapting to consumer habits, but they're actually shaping them. And I have a really awesome example of a company here that is doing that. Re-Rock, I think they have 2 locations, one in the 3rd Ward, one downtown. It's a buy-sell trade sneaker shop.
Oh, yes.
They have a video they put out on Instagram every Thursday called Steals and Deals, where they go through all the sneakers that have just come in. They build anticipation and excitement. It's really fun. It's genuine. It's charming. And it really gets people to tune in and then go to the store and shop.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of my predictions, too, is you have hyper-local and national at the same time. That is truly hyper-local on the buying side, but the brands and the elevation on social brings it to national content. And that's something every store wants.
And every store should be doing, because now it's affordable. You can take out your phone. Again, you want to have good enough quality, but the channels are accessible. You don't have to have a giant ad budget to be out there and reminding people of why your business is special. And that's what you need to do each and every day when you own a small business.
And I think a couple other quick predictions for next year. I mean, we're going to see some more mergers and acquisitions in the advertising agency space locally, because it's needed. And you're going to have kind of that traditional division between brand and performance marketing teams. I think that will continue to blur a little bit, which will spur some of the merger activity.
Yeah, that's been really siloed in the last couple of years, and I'm hopeful that that's going to come together, because you need the performance side of things, the data, the digital performance, the metrics, but it doesn't work without true creative, compelling, personal messaging. So they need to come together. They can't work in isolation.
You got to build the brand, but you got to sell, right?
It's hard to balance the two, but you need to do it.
Yeah. All right, quickly here. What's your favorite holiday Christmas movie, Corey?
Well, we watch Elf every single year, but my kids are getting older and they started introducing Die Hard into the mix.
Yes.
I know it's a little controversial, but I think it's really fun.
We can have that debate whether it's a Christmas movie or not, for sure. I watched A Man Who Invented Christmas 2017 over the weekend. It was great. It's about the creative process of building a Christmas carol from the author's lens. It was a really, really good movie. I'd put it on your list for sure. It's kind of the Charles Dickens creative process that all marketers should embrace.
I'll add that to the mix.
Corey Ampey from Camping Company, I appreciate your time. All the best for this festive season. Coming up next, Wisconsin's Midday News. But first, business headlines.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Microsoft pauses construction on some